afternoon to Madam Dayang and my fellow friends. Today I will talk about history of Queen Sisowath Kossamak. Before I start the story about the Queen, allow me to introduce my group members, which are Olivia Raziah Mansiang, Veronica Vron, Muhammad Aidil, Nur Shahira, and myself, Anna. Sisowath Monivong Kossamak Neriret Serevatana was born April 994 in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Sisowath Kossamak was born the daughter of King Sisowath Monivong and his wife Norodom Kanviman Nolia Devi. She is better known by the title of Queen Sisowath Kossamak. Queen Sisowath Kossamak married her father's cousin Norodom Suramarit in 1920. She held the title of Queen Mother in 1941 until 1955. This is because her son Norodom Sihanouk was elected as the new king in the 1940th century after the death of King Sisowath Monivong. She received the honorary title of Queen Consort in 1955 until 1960, which was crowned on March 5, 1955. Cambodian Queen Sisowath Kossamak finally died on April 27, 1975 at the age of 71 in Beijing, China. So, here is contribution in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Development of life history of Queen Sisowath Kossamak. In the 1940th century, Queen Kossamak made a choreography related to the Apsara dance. She relaunched the Asian Apsara dance, which was limited due to the attack of the Siamese government on the 15th century. As a result of the attack, the Khmer government had to relocate their capital to Phnom Penh, and since then, the Apsara dance has been restricted to palace only. However, in the early 19th century, Cambodian Queen Sisowath Kossamak relaunched the Apsara dance for the people of Cambodia by training her first granddaughter, Princess Norodom Bopa Devi, to play the role of the dance main character. This Bopa Devi princess made dance performances all over the continent until she became famous to this day. It is clear that Queen Kossamak was the patron of the palace dance by assigning the court dance rule to create a non-narrative dance work entitled Apsara in the 1950s. After the death of her husband Monivong in 1941, Norodom Sihanouk, his son, took the throne of the new king of Cambodia. King Norodom Sihanouk ruled in the 1940 until 1955. This was due to his father Norodom Suramarit, who later ruled Cambodia for 5 years. However, after the death of Norodom Suramarit in 1960, his son Sihanouk returned as head of state despite not officially reclaiming the title of king until 1993. Sihanouk had the opportunity to make proposals related to the drafting of the constitution in Cambodia. This is clear, allowing Kossamak to succeed as Queen of Cambodia. This, however, was not approved by the government council, which was not willing to allow it. Queen Kossamak, after the death of her husband, continued to function as a monarchy until the declaration of the Khmer Republic in 1970. Queen Sisowath Kossamak could be Queen of Cambodia, largely intended for ceremonies in Cambodia. King Sihanouk was a very respected person and very popular among the people, even though he was not a king or a politically influential person. Queen Sisowath Kossamak is said to have great moral authority over the Khmer occupation of Cambodia. Clearly, she was one of the three queens in Cambodia. Following the death of Norodom Suramarit in 1960, Queen Kossamak became a symbol of representative of the monarchy in Khmer Cambodia. This allowed him to continue the role of his representative during the reign of his son Norodom Sihanouk, and Queen Kossamak continued his representation of Prime Minister in the 1960th century. Not only that, he is also seen to uphold his popularity. Queen Sisowath Kossamak, too, is described as generous to the poor in Khmer and devote herself to the welfare of the Khmer country of Cambodia. The awards Queen Sisowath Kossamak received. Queen Sisowath Kossamak is seen received many awards during her reign as queen consort. Examples of awards she received were Order of the Crown Realm and Collar of the White Lion Order. Not only that, she also received the award, which is the Temasek Primary Degree, also the Grand Cross of the Order Million Elephants and the White Parasol. Queen Sisowath Kossamak also received the Order of the Yugoslavian Great Star, Order of Solomon, Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor, and lastly, Star of the Republic of Indonesia. Clearly, the Queen Sisowath Kossamak was a popular and generous person. In 1965, a conflict arose when the United States published letters accusing Queen Kossamak of greed and building a brothel in Phnom Penh. This has led to the attack on the American embassy in Phnom Penh, which severed diplomatic relations between Cambodia and the United States. Clearly, the American accusation against her was so effective that it severed diplomatic relations between the two countries. Ending of life Queen Sisowath Kossamak. After the Cambodian coup in the 1970s, Queen Sisowath Kossamak was stripped of all status during the official declaration of the Republic in October 1970. This led to her being forced to leave the palace by the new government of Cambodia. Not only that, she was also detained in a villa on the outskirts of the city until her health deteriorated in 1973. Therefore, Queen Kossamak was allowed to accompany her son in Beijing, China, on the grounds that her health was deteriorating. He finally died in China 2 years later on April 27, 1975. In conclusion, Queen Sisowath Kossamak was seen as a generous and calm person in the 1990th century in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, until she received various awards. She was also a great culturalist. Therefore, we must set such an example and follow so that we can produce such qualities in the future. That's all. Thank you.